So we're going to show you the tape-ins, and we're going to start with a 4-part section. And then with the tape-ins, you don't want to touch the band, but you want to be able to get the tape started. And lift up a small section of hair. Making sure that you leave enough on the underneath so that the hair can be pulled up and put back down so that you don't see the extensions. And then you're going to make sandwiches. So you'll lift the section up, leaving enough hair in between. And then you'll take the next piece and do the same thing. And you'll line this up right with the other one, and then you'll attach it and then push it down. Making sure that the sandwiches are even from one end to the other. And then you just use a small mini flat iron and apply a small little bit of heat and then seal it. And then you're going to do the same thing all the way across. So again, just remove the white strip. And placing it about 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch away from the scalp so that it can blend and have movement. So when we say sandwich, we're going to put one tape-in on top, one tape-in on bottom, and put your hair in between, and then sandwich it together. So now you have the first one, and then you'll put your hair in between and then sandwich it together with the one on the bottom. So on the bottom, on your first section, in your first row, you're going to create a solid row of tape-ins straight across the bottom. And then we'll take another section and we'll bricklayer them, and that's going to create you fullness and volume and length. Okay, and then to complete the row on the bottom, we'll make another sandwich with the tape-in extensions. So now your first row is complete, and so you have a nice solid line. And then we'll take another straight parting with about 1/4 of an inch of hair, and that's going to make your next row so you can start your bricklayer. In the bricklayer section, we're going to use 2 different colors to put the hair in between and to create highlights, so you have a lighter and a darker piece. So again, you take the tape off, placing it a 1/4 of an inch away from the scalp. Putting one tape in on top, one tape in on the bottom, and your hair in between, creating the sandwich. So when you're doing the brick layer, you want these to lay in between the other ones so that you have the straight line and then ones in between going across. So again, using a dark and a light strand. So then you're going to put the last section here. So now your back 2 rows are complete. So you can continue to bricklay going all the way up the head, and then your back sections will be done. So connecting through the sides, you want to start creating a straight line from the front and connect it through the rounded head through the back, and making sure that you leave enough hair out so that when the hair is pulled back, you're not going to see any of the tape-ins. So if you go all the way to the edge or the hairline, you're not going to be able to pull the hair back. And leaving, I always like say about 2 fingers from the front, so that way the hair can be pulled back too and you don't see the tape-ins. And then going through the back, taking enough a section wide enough that you get a little bit of hair from in front of the ear and a little bit of hair from back of the ear, and that way you're connecting the sides and the back. So placing again 1/4 of an inch away from the scalp, putting your top piece on, connecting a little bit of your own hair in between. Putting your bottom piece on, creating a sandwich. And then going through, making sure you're applying a little bit of heat with the mini flat iron just to give it a seal. And make sure you do that on every row. When you complete the row, go back through, re-flat iron every sandwich. You don't need to let the flat iron sit there too long, just enough to give it a little bit of heat and just to seal it closed. Here we are with our model with our finished look from Glamorous Strands. You can see she has longer, fuller, thicker hair. And she has two different colors, a dark and a light brown. A couple of care tips for your Glamorous Strands is to always wash your hair in a downward direction. Make sure you rinse out all the shampoo. No conditioner or styling products at the scalp. And make sure that you're brushing from the bottom up.